Hello there, Steveos, and welcome back to another episode of Steve's Movie Wrap Up right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. So, without further ado, let's have a look and see what movies I've watched and reviewed over the last week. You're watching Steve's Movie Wrap Up, episode 97, right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. The first movie I'll be reviewing in this episode is Apple Music Live presents Lady Gaga, Mayhem Requiem. First up this week is Apple Music Live, Lady Gaga, Mayhem Requiem, which I gave 3 stars over on Letterboxd. So I only knew that this concert existed on Apple Music a few days ago, so I thought I would check it out. I did somewhat enjoy this, but I just didn't vibe so much as I did when the album dropped about a year ago. This is obviously the Lady Gaga album Mayhem that came out over a year ago. But nevertheless though, I did think that some of the costumes that Lady Gaga did wear throughout the concert film were decent and interesting as well. Look, I will say I am a fan of Lady Gaga. I do enjoy most of her songs she has done so far in her career, and I will continue to enjoy the songs that she will put out as well. But for me though, this concert film was somewhat decent, but I can't see me going back and rewatching this anytime soon. But Apple Music Live presents Lady Gaga Mayhem Requiem is now streaming over on Apple Music. Dua Lipa, the Radical Optimism Tour, live from Mexico. The next movie I watched this week was Dua Lipa, live from Mexico, which I did give 5 stars over on Letterboxd. So after seeing a concert for Lady Gaga over on Apple Music, I decided to go over to YouTube and check out a concert that Dua Lipa has posted over on her official YouTube channel, and this was filmed when she did her final show of the Radical Optimism Tour for her album, which was titled Radical Optimism, which released back in 2024. She did her last show in Mexico City where this was filmed, given the title of the concert movie. So what did I think of this? Well, it was awesome. Does come with a running time of just 2 hours, but it is non-stop music, non-stop hits from Dua Lipa throughout the running time. We do see her interact with some concert goers as well. All round, I had a fun time watching this concert movie, and of course, I had to give this concert 5 stars. It's Dua Lipa, for God's sake. Would I be happy to rewatch this again? For sure I would. However, the only thing that did annoy me, and it's my fault here, is that the concert movie was constantly interrupted with ads. But that is because I'm not a YouTube Premium member. If I was, then I wouldn't have had adverts every 10 minutes or less. But Dua Lipa, live from Mexico City, is now streaming over on the YouTube channel Dua Lipa. Curry Barker's short film Milk and Cereal. And the last movie that I've watched this week is a short film actually, which is Milk and Cereal, which I gave 3 stars over on Letterboxd. So after watching Obsession a week ago, then rewatching it half a week ago, as I have seen it twice now in cinemas, I decided to watch a short film that Curry Barker made back in 2024, which he posted to his YouTube channel. The movie I'm referring to here is Milk and Cereal. Now, this isn't a 90-minute film that he uploaded to YouTube. This just clocks in at just slightly over an hour. I will say though, I think there are some bits and pieces in this movie which Curry Barker did add to Obsession. If you have seen this and you have seen Obsession, then you will probably know what I'm talking about here. But if you have seen this and not watched Obsession, then what the hell are you doing? Get yourself in that cinema seat and watch Obsession, because it is so damn good. If, however, you are like me and you have seen Obsession but never seen any of Curry Barker's short films on YouTube in the past, then I do recommend giving Milk and Cereal a watch, because there is some tension in here at times. And also, with Curry Barker starring in this, he plays a character called Milk, and he plays that character very well. Rather creepy at times. Also starring in this short film is Cooper Tomlinson, who does star in the film Obsession, as he plays the character Ian in that film. However, in Milk and Cereal, he plays a character called Seven. Milk and Seven have a YouTube channel where they are constantly pranking each other. However, though, there is one prank that happens in this movie that goes horribly wrong, and they suffer the consequences of their actions. I would recommend giving this a watch, and I think I would happily revisit this again in the future before Curry Barker releases his next project, which is titled Anything But Ghosts. But Milk and Cereal is now streaming over on YouTube. And that is it for this week's episode of Steve's Movie Wrap Up right here on the YouTube channel SteveOfficial. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what movies you guys have been watching this past week, whether it's old, new, in cinemas, on streaming, on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Ultra, VHS. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are new around here and you like what you see, then feel free to hit the subscribe button down below to become a Stevo. And of course, there is more of a good reason to hit that subscribe button as well, because we are there now, because on the 25th of May 2026, 6 PM UK time, over on the YouTube channel SteveOfficial, I have got a brand new series coming, which is titled Steve's Lens on Life. Now, before I do wrap this video up, I'm just going to very quickly talk to you about that very quick, because it's essentially Steve's weekly vlogs that I was doing over the last good few years. However, the format has slightly changed. The title has, of course, changed as well. And it's a series. So for example, this is Series 1 of Lens on Life. So obviously we are going to be having 13 episodes in this series. So obviously the first episode is out tomorrow, the 25th of May 2026, and then obviously every episode will be releasing every Monday at 6 PM. So obviously there'll be episode 2 next Monday, and then the Monday after is episode 3, and so on and so on and so on. And then after that we will get to episode 13 by the time we get to mid-August. I'm not going to lie, I am currently filming episode 11 at the moment, so I'm nearly finished with this series already. I've nearly finished filming this series already, and I'll tell you what, there is some really good stuff that is being lined up in this series, which I'm looking forward for you guys to see. And also as well, can I just say, by the time we get to mid-August as well, it is basically, obviously we'll have episode 13 as the final episode in this series, and then obviously it will be, each episode is roughly around about 20 minutes long. It's not very long, it's only 20 minutes every episode. Most episodes are. There's a couple of episodes that are just slightly over 10 minutes or 15 minutes. There's a couple of episodes that are 10 or 15 minutes. I think the first episode is 14 minutes long. So, but the final episode that I'm going to be shooting in the next few weeks, obviously I am going to do a very good solid hour and a half. Or somewhere around then. It's gonna be kind of a feature length movie, you know. Who knows? Maybe I'll review my final episode of the series during the movie wrap up. Maybe I'll rewatch it and I'll speak to you guys on my thoughts on my own Lens on Life series finale in August. That would just be weird, me reviewing myself. But anyway, there is some really cool stuff lining up though in this series that I've been filming over the last few weeks and stuff, so stay tuned for that. Obviously the first episode's out tomorrow, 25th of May 2026 at 4 p.m. No, 6 p.m. Sorry, 6 p.m. UK time is when that is going to be released, and then obviously it'll be 6 p.m. every Monday for the next 13 weeks. Time we get to episode 13, it'll be an hour and a half, or roughly around about an hour and a half anyway. And I've got some great stuff lined up in that episode as well. So I'm going to keep the finale under wraps, I think. I'll keep the finale under wraps, but there are some really cool things coming up, especially in the finale episode. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I will be back with another episode of the movie wrap-up again next Sunday, which is the 31st of May 2026. Stay tuned for that. Until then, though, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next YouTube video.